First round pick Byron Murphy had himself a strong debut for the Seattle Seahawks. He only tallied 19 snaps in his first preseason game, but made some sweet music with that small sample size, giving the Seahawks fans a tantalizing taste of his future potential. But don't take my word for it. Let's dive on into the tape and let me show you why it was such an awesome start for a player who many believed was one of the steals of the 2024 NFL Draft. On the first drive that Byron Murphy was on the field, because he was not out there with the starters initially, the Chargers were lined up on their own goal line and trying to get the ball out of their quarterback's hand as fast as humanly possible. Murphy was afforded little opportunity to make much impact on this first drive for the fact the Chargers were trying to avoid a safety. When we get to the next couple of drives, he started to make his presence felt. On the first play, you have Byron lined up as a one-tech nose tackle. Part of the impressive ability he brings is having true flexibility between playing the nose tackle and three-tech role. Usually, defensive tackles are one or the other, as they are two different skill set requirements. Being aligned as a nose means you've got to take on double team blocks and root down like an old oak tree hanging off the side of a cliff. That's just what you see from Murphy here. He keeps his pad level low, roots down, and becomes immovable. The run play ideally wants to hit the A gap to his right shoulder, but the hole is small and quickly closed by John Radigan. Still, Murphy gave up no ground against the double team, keeping the hole squished. The Chargers come right back with another running play intended to get some second-level blockers on those off-ball linebackers from the Seahawks, the same off-ball linebackers in Radigan who just kind of upended that last running play. They try to single block Murphy, and he just destroys the blocker, driving him into the backfield instantaneously and swatting down the ball carrier for a tackle for loss. The next play, the Chargers come back and show Murphy they're not messing around with his destructive ways. He gets not only double-teamed in pass pro, but a third guy comes over to help out while the other two Seahawks pass rushers are getting single blocked. And then they still have to rip his helmet off just to stop him. Some of the plays were just run away from him, or he just didn't have a chance to make much of an impact. Here he gets caught upfield a little bit too far, taking the bait of the Chargers, leaving him unblocked, but he'll learn from that. You also have this play, where Byron Murphy is single blocked, and the run design is supposed to go to his gap responsibility. But as we have already seen, Murphy does a great job of hunkering down, becoming immovable, and so the ball carrier is going to have to bounce the play outside. Boye Mafe doesn't seem to be trusting here. Rookie Tyrese Knight's ability to fill the gap comes down and helps out from his edge. Well, this then causes Boye to lose the edge integrity that he is supposed to maintain here, and the ball carrier then has an open door to bounce it outside and get a nice gain from it. But this is not on the back of Byron Murphy doing anything wrong. Again here, pitch play to the outside, and no real chance to get in on the action. I just want to show these cut-ups to illustrate that when he wasn't making an impact, it wasn't necessarily because he was being shut down. Murphy also flashed as a pass rusher on his limited snaps. Again, here he is in the one-tech nose tackle alignment, meaning a probable double team after the snap. This turns out to be the case, and the quarterback gets the ball out of his hands before anyone has a chance to get home on their pass rush. A little bit of pressure for Murphy here on the Kobe Bryant interception. He does get initially doubled, but shows off his high motor and active hands, getting fairly close to the quarterback on the throw, and at least getting a hand up in his face. Miles Adams also does a nice job of slow playing his loop here to find an open lane to the passer. A rare one-on-one opportunity in this game for Byron. He tries to shake the lineman inside out post-snap to get the lineman's feet moving and hopefully laterally at that so that then Murphy can catch him with the bull rush. It does work, but the quarterback is getting the ball out of his hands faster than Uncle Rico. Also notable here, this is the second time we've seen hands to the face on Murphy. Maybe a benefit to his smaller stature is those tall linemen's hands just end up naturally climbing to his face. It wouldn't shock me if Murphy ends up drawing his share of hands to the face penalties because of it. Murphy on this play shows off his elite lateral movement ability for his size. He attacks the outside right shoulder of the center and would have had a path around him if not for the right guard peeling back to help. One of the things you'll see from Mike McDonald's defense during the regular season is a heavy amount of stacked boxes. Not just to make the opposition's offense think you're going to be blitzing, but to force protection changes prior to the snap. Changes in protection often remove some of the natural double teams that exist when it's the normal 4 rushers against 5 offensive linemen. You get some dip and rip from Murphy on this one, and then some nice bend around the edge too. The quarterback is just bailing on the pocket almost instantaneously. Nothing he can do. No real chance to create any pressure, but he's in the backfield in a heartbeat. All three defensive linemen here, Derek Hall, Byron Murphy, and Miles Adams, do a good job of collapsing the pocket in tandem. Murphy dog walks back the center while the left guard tries to help. The pocket is closing the whole time, and the quarterback only has a chance to get through two reads. Quickness and power. No one-trick pony here. On this play, Murphy is neutralized by the double team, but when you double him, you single somebody else up. In this case, Boye Mafe, who is able to create pressure on the play. Another play where Murphy turns an offensive lineman into a tackle sled. Getting quick bull rush push, and he's able to effect the throw, almost causing another interception. Power, natural leverage, quickness, pass rush moves, a plan of attack. Murphy brings it all to bear on a football field. And on this final cut from Murphy's gameplay, we get some of McDonald's flavoring here. He kept it raw vanilla most of the day, but decided here to bring a little bit of spice. Murphy is aligned as a defensive end. Notice how far wide Derek Hall is. That's not a wide 9, that's a wide 12. Post-snap, Murphy shows off that elite lateral quickness, looping around Mike Morris and pinching the gap before the center and guard impede him. He gets his hands on the quarterback, just can't quite bring him down. Finishing plays like this are one of the areas Murphy himself has said he needs to improve upon, but the man already game one was wreaking havoc and being a problem. Many have wondered if the Seahawks got the steal of the draft in this kid. Yes, it's just a preseason game and a sample size at that, but after a performance like this one, the Murphy hype train ain't slowing down anytime soon.